Well, we may be nearing the end of January, but the end of winter is definitely not in sight. Parts of the UK set to get up to 10 centimetres of snow this week, with temperatures due to drop across large parts of the country this evening. Let's go to Phil Garner, who is a meteorologist at Weatherquest. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us. So what's going to happen?
My pleasure.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Well,
what's going to happen?
We've got a couple of areas of interest. We've got an area of rain, sleet and snow currently across the Midlands, which is moving down into the southeast. And I think as the night goes on, as we go through into the early hours of the morning, that may give a dusting of snow in places, perhaps 2-3 centimetres in places. More concern is that as that moves away to the east, it will turn very icy. So I think for many places towards the end of the night, there will be very icy conditions across the UK, and with further snow showers along western coasts across northern Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. So really quite a wintry picture for the end of the night.
And is that going to be enough to cause travel disruption? I was on a flight to Dublin actually last week, and I was at Heathrow Airport, first dusting of snow, and one of the flipping snow machines, the de-icers broke down.
Doesn't surprise me at all. I don't think there'll be enough snow to cause any problems in the short term, but we are looking at another band of rain coming in as we go through Thursday. This will be sweeping in from the southwest. It'll be moving up into northern parts of England as we go through the day, into the overnight period as well. That could give more in the way of snow. That could be when we're seeing 5 to 10 centimetres of snow. So well worth staying on top of the weather story for the next 2 or 3 days.
Where's that weather coming from?
It's sweeping in from the southwest. It's not the beast from the east that we're used to. It's not the cold easterly winds, but it's warm air coming up from the south. And as it bumps into the cold air that will be sat across Britain as we go through Wednesday and Thursday, that's when it will be turning into snow.
So what sort of temperatures are we talking about then?
Well, I don't think anything desperately low. There's going to be some chilly ones by the end of the night. We're looking at temperatures over central parts of England down to -4, -5 degrees, and certainly much colder over the Scottish Glens. But I think for tomorrow, most places will see temperatures back up above freezing and then back cold again as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
See, I'm going to ask you about the long-range forecast, and you're going to tell me that it's difficult to predict, aren't you?
It's difficult to predict, but the encouraging signs are that we're not looking at the moment for any easterly winds coming back again. I think the next 3 or 4 weeks driven by weather coming in from the Atlantic. So there will be occasional cold intervals, but at the moment it looks as though temperatures are going to be generally close to, perhaps a little bit above average. There is a little bit of a sign as we go through the end of February into March that we could see some colder winds coming back again. And that's when the beast from the east came back last year.
OK, yeah, it was sort of March time, wasn't it, when we had snow last year?
Exactly.
It seemed a bit late in the season.
Well, they always say you're more likely to see snow at Easter than at Christmas. So we've got to sort of get into the scenario of colder air across the Northern Hemisphere. And it is that period, sort of end of February, beginning of March, when you can see some quite changeable conditions, some very cold conditions as well.
Where are you with global warming?
I go with the crowd, I think, on global warming. I think it is occurring. I think it is something we need to be very, very careful about, something that the scientists are coming up with the right sort of answers, I think, something we really ought to be thinking very carefully of. OK, it's good to talk to you. Thanks very much. Thank you. My pleasure. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, little dusting if you're in the southeast tonight, just maybe 2 or 3 centimetres, but be aware there is more snow coming. I'm only particularly mentioning the southeast there because, of course, there's a huge population here and causes all sorts of problems. So bear that in mind if you are travelling over the next 24 hours or so. Leave a little bit longer for your journey and leave more distance between you and the car in front. As I was saying, we were at Heathrow Airport last week, and that caused us all sorts of problems when the de-icing machine broke down there. Neil sent me an email, but I can't find it, so I'm sure I'll send it again. In the meantime, let's have a quick look at the weather.